Hello, my name is Mariah Browning, and this is my PAR portfolio presentation for reading 526 at Marywood University. Today, I am going to demonstrate my assistance phase and briefly discuss my preparation and reflection phases. To begin, my unit plan is based off of Our Growing Nation. It consists of 3 lessons: the Constitutional Convention, the branches of government, and the Bill of Rights. For the most part, my preparation, assistance, and reflection activities cross over and are the same for all 3 lessons, minus some minor changes. For my preparation phase, I chose to do a modified close activity. For this activity, I pre-selected portions of the text and made them into a handout for the students. However, I strategically omitted words from the paragraph, some key and some not. This requires the students to skim or read the selected paragraphs, looking especially hard for those keywords. Now I will demonstrate my assistance phase. For my assistance phase, the students will be completing a DRTA guide, which doubles as their graphic organizer. In this organizer, the students preview the text and make assumptions and educated guesses. So, since the students have already been working on this lesson with the preparation phase, I might start by saying, all right, boys and girls, please open up to page 387 of your text. Today, we are going to preview chapter 10. Does anyone know what it means to preview a text? Kyle?
Previewing a text means that I would look at the chapter ahead of time and look at some of the key words and pictures to get an idea about what to expect from the chapter.
Excellent. Previewing a text means that we look at the pictures, anything on the side margins, and we try to gain information about what the chapter might be about. So after I do that and have a discussion with the class about what that means, I will let them go on to complete the previewing of chapter 10. So I will remind them to look at the pictures, that the questions at the end of the chapter might be helpful to them, as well as any vocabulary, anything in the side margins, and the titles of pages or subparts. So students, please start previewing chapter 10, and I'm going to pass out your DRTA guide. In the first portion, you will write what you think this chapter is about. So I'll give about 10 to 15 minutes for this portion of the assistance phase, and I will monitor the classroom answering any questions, but kind of having hands off for this part. So after we do this, I would ask them to please share some responses. So Kyle, could you please share with the class what you think this chapter might be about?
I think that this chapter is going to be about the Constitution and about the Bill of Rights and what is inside of those things.
Excellent. So after we have had a few educated guesses and a small discussion with the class, I would let the students read the chapter fully. So depending on the day, I might popcorn read this with the students or read small sections bit by bit, so that we really ensure that every student in my classroom is comprehending the information. So this is important to me because it keeps every student on the same page and makes sure they're in the same pace and no one's getting left behind and no one's working ahead. After we've read the chapter thoroughly, either together in groups or part by part, the students will take a few moments to jot down what the chapter was actually about. All right, students, on the second portion of your DRTA guide, please write down what you found the chapter was actually about. In the third portion of your guide, please write some textual evidence that supports your answer. So I would do this, let them do that by themselves, share answers with a partner, and then we would share answers as a large group. I think that using textual evidence for this part of the DRTA guide is really great because it makes them look back at what they read and pull out information. For my reflection phase activities, the students will complete a Sum It Up worksheet. These worksheets require the students to sum up the chapter in either $1, $1.25, or $1.50. Each space or word is 10 cents. I really like this activity because it challenges the students to think critically about the words to include in their summaries and how to effectively summarize either in long format or short format. The other reflection phase activity is a pass the pen activity. The students will be divided into groups of 4 to 5 and be given a chart paper with a prompt on it and a colored marker. The students will have about 5 to 8 minutes to complete each prompt, and then they will move to the next prompt, taking their colored marker with them. At the end of the activity, after each group has visited each station, they will read the chart paper that they began with and see how the entire class crafted the response. I believe that my strategies I have selected are best practices for ensuring comprehension and extending the understanding of my topics. Thank you so much for watching.